everybody. Welcome to another edition of OSD Go Live. And today is a very special birthday edition. I'm in a wonderful place where learning is blooming all the time, and that is our wonderful school number 8. And today we are here with, of course, Principal Laurie Storch, and Principal for the day, Riley.
Good morning, everyone.
So they're going to be sharing with you two wonderful books that help us to celebrate our beautiful planet and the role that we play in this planet as well. So let's turn it over to our principal, the principal of the day. Enjoy.
Great. Thank you, Mrs. Savito. Great. Today is our very special Earth Day edition of OSD Go Live, and Lee is here with me to share two very special books. First, did you realize that tomorrow actually is Earth Day? It's April 22nd. It's a Saturday. And you were wondering, what will we do to celebrate, recognize, appreciate, and enjoy Earth Day tomorrow? Well, we have some ideas that we'd like to share with you. Plans already, but our goal today is to sprinkle some seeds of thought with you to help you maybe sprout some new ideas. So, Riley, are you ready? Let's get started. That we'd like to share with you is called The Curious Garden, and it's by Peter Brown. The second quick read aloud that we'd like to share is What Do You Do with a Box by Jane Yolen and Chris Siobhan. So first, let's get started with The Curious Garden. This is a book that is near and dear to all of our hearts, and will certainly, I think you'll certainly know what I'm talking about when we're finished with this read aloud. So The Curious Garden. There once was a city without gardens or trees or greenery of any kind. Most people spent their time indoors. As you can imagine, it was a very dreary place. However, there was one boy who loved being outside, even on drizzly days. Stayed inside, you could always find Liam happily splashing through his neighborhood. It was on one such morning that Liam made several surprising discoveries. He was wandering around the old railway, as he did from time to time, upon a dark stairwell leading up to the tracks. The stopped working ages ago, and since Liam had always wanted to explore the tracks, there was only one thing for the curious boy to do. Liam ran up to the stairs, pushed open the door, and stepped out into the railway. The first thing he saw was a lonely patch of color. Wild flowers and plants were the last things he had expected to find up there. After look, it became clear that the plants they needed a gardener. Liam may not have been a gardener, but he knew that he could help. So he returned to the railway the very next day and he got to work. The flowers nearly drowned and he had a few pruning problems, but the plants patiently waited while Liam found better ways of gardening. As the weeks rolled by, Liam began to feel like a real gardener, began to feel like a real garden. Most gardens stay in one place, but this was no ordinary garden. With miles of open railway ahead of it, the garden was growing restless to explore. The tough little weeds and mosses were first to move farther and farther down the tracks, and they were closely followed by the more delicate plants. Over the next few months, Liam and the Curious Garden explored every corner of the railway. Every corner of the railway. After spending his spring and summer and autumn with the garden, Liam's time on the railway was finally interrupted by winter. Heavy blankets of snow fell on the city that season, and for the first time since he'd become a gardener, not visit the plants. Rather than waste his winter worrying about the gardens, Liam spent it preparing for spring. After 3 cold months, the snow finally began to melt. Pulled his new gardening gear over to the railway. Winter had taken a toll on the garden, but thanks to Liam's planning, his handy new tools, and a little help from the sun, the plants soon awoke from their winter sleep. The garden had always wanted to explore the rest of the city. It was finally ready to make its move. Once again, the tough little weeds set out first. They popped up further and further from the railway and were closely followed by the more delicate plants. The garden was especially curious about old, forgotten things. A few plants popped up, the lawn. Others mysteriously popped up all at once. But the most surprising things that popped up were the new garden. Many years later, the entire city had blossomed, but all of the new gardens, Liam's favorite was where it all. Now you might recognize this beautiful skyline. Share with you. This is a story. I'm just planting a seed of thought for you to take a look this weekend. This beautiful skyline, Manhattan, a place that's near and dear to our hearts. And it's a beautiful area on the west side of Manhattan, elevated, called the High Line. So if you're looking for something to do this weekend to celebrate, recognize, or just appreciate the beauty of Earth Day, remember this story. High Line. All right, Riley, curious yet guard another read aloud to share with you for Earth Day. And this is another one of our favorites. We love to be creative. Recycling is quite important to our community, but creativity and innovative thinking also is something that we appreciate. So the next story, what to do with a box. What to do with a box. All right, Riley, here we go. A box, a box is a strange device.
You can open it once.
Open it twice.
You can climb inside and there read a book. It can be a library
Or a palace.
or no.
You can lock the door with a magical key.
Invite your dog to come in to see.
Can paint a landscape with sun, sand, and sky.
Or plan an egret that's flying right by.
Or paint a blue river and very green trees. Fan just to make a small breeze.
You can drive that box all around a dirt track.
You can sail in that box off to parts.
A box is a wonder indeed. The only book magic that you'll ever need.
So come for a visit right now, right this day. I've got a grand box so we too can play.
The end.
The end. So Riley and I challenge you, whether it's your visit to the High Line or your creative thoughts do with a box. We ask you to remember that Earth Day is a very special day. So whatever you have planned, we certainly hope that we have given you some seeds of thought from School 8 with your OSD Go Live Earth Day edition. Thank you very much for joining us. We do hope that our seeds of thought sprouted some new growth and new ideas for you. Whatever you choose to do tomorrow, our Earth, our community, and all of our natural resources, we'd like to leave you with this thought. The seed of thought that we plant today creates the garden that we harvest tomorrow. OSD Go Read.
Happy
Happy
Earth
Earth Day.
Day! Thank you, Principal Storch and Principal Riley.
Thank you.
Great job.